So we'll call the Policy and Personnel meeting to order. This is very simple. At the December 11th Committee of the Whole meeting, the board asked that we make some changes to the policy that was approved for first reading before it goes to the board for its second and final reading. You have before you the language that the board voted to have on there. Unless you want it changed, this is what you will be voting on at your January 22nd meeting.
I move to approve the second reading.
Second.
Motion is second. Reverend Collins.
I'd like to make a couple of changes too, if I may. Toward the end, it'll give some examples of reasons why one may call in.
You talking about the last sentence? Yes, sir.
If this allowance will be made only for exceptional circumstances. I want to add family emergencies and uncontrollable circumstances on that sentence. Family emergencies and uncontrollable circumstances that would prevent one from attending.
I accept the amendment.
And thank you. And one more thing I want to ask you about. We talking about the entire board meeting, or just a public board meeting?
Or just executive session?
This is executive session.
It includes executive sessions? Okay, that's
Isn't
I
that
want
what
to make
this is
sure we
about?
talk. That's what I like to make. I like it to include both, the whole thing. If you've made arrangements, you're calling in that you can
Well,
participate.
right now, this says in the public, in the
Yeah,
board's public meetings.
So let's add the word in the first sentence then, electronic or other means of communication, well, second sentence, but the first sentence, the second line, in the board's public and executive session meeting.
So this is what the board voted on for the language. We could very simply change that by taking out the word public and just say for board meetings.
Yeah, but that's right.
Is
Very
that the
good.
will?
Yes, I accept that
So
amendment.
we have a motion on the floor to accept second reading of this, changing the first sentence to remove the word public, and it's all portions of the board's meetings by removing that, and adding two other reasons that would prevent in-person participation, family emergency, and uncontrollable circumstances.
I thought about this morning when I realized I had to have Michael. I was like, oh, I can't call it. No, I'm just too excited to say that.
Yeah. So all in favor, the motion is on the floor.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Can it be on the consent agenda for January 22nd?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we said we could do policies that way, but it can.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking for a vote. Do y'all want it on the consent agenda for January 22nd? I have 2 yeses. Do you want me to do a voice vote, Reverend Collins?
I mean, I don't have a problem with it myself. I don't want to I just don't want to be in the habit of doing policies that way in general.
Do you want this on the January 22nd consent agenda? That's the
That's
motion.
just put it in.
I like it on the consent, I'm good.
Like it on consent.
So I have a
All right,
majority of saying put it on the
All right.
consent agenda.
I see what Reverend Collins is saying. I think it might be for, I hate to keep using the word optics, but I think, to his point, I don't want to speak for you, I think it'd be good to have the policy in open, not part of consent.
And I think that's something we would do, and to be clear, it is something that we do. But remember, this has had 3 first readings, been delayed twice, and is now on its second reading. This is not a typical policy process. This has been in the public arena since October.
Yeah.
This committee is adjourned.
Thank you. And I'm adjourning also.